Who hasn't wished that they'd had more time? And the Timekeeper then explores, well, what would you pay to get it? The Timekeeper won the 2013 Hotshot Shorts competition, so my co-writer Walter Sawadsky and I were thinking of various ideas to submit for the short film competition. What we wanted to do was write a short that actually was a short feature that had an Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, that had a beginning, middle, and a resolution. With that in mind, we filtered out a lot of our ideas and then came up with this idea that, you know, you have money marts everywhere. People are, you know, lending money and borrowing money to have a certain lifestyle. What would you do if, you know, if you could actually lend or borrow time? What would that feel like? And it gets back to the idea that really the most valuable thing we have is time, and of course it's the thing we can't buy. Scott Weber, the director, and the cinematographers, Graham and Nelson Talbot, they did a fantastic job developing this fabled, this storybook world of the Timekeeper, which is very much what we wanted. We wanted a world that was timeless, and we wanted it to be really magical and have a fairy tale fabled element. I ended up hugging Scott, the director. I thought, they did such a wonderful job of interpreting what was in our head, because Walter and I, my co-writer and I, we had spoken a lot about what this world was like before we started writing. Rebecca Songer, I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right, was our production designer, and she did a phenomenal job. Mr. Ellicott's ledger came from Australia. She found this online. It's really precious, this ledger that you see him use, and that's where he records all his time. And of course we're like, how are we going to get it from Australia? And I thought, I have a cousin who's flying from Australia next week. So we ended up buying it, having it shipped to him. He came up here and he got the credit of Executive Sherpa in the film. The film was really a story of a lot of things falling into place. A lot of gifts came our way, and that was one of them. The Timekeeper says in the film, everyone has a choice, and it speaks about the choices of how we use our time.
Think of it as borrowed time.
So I hope that when people walk away from the Timekeeper, I hope that one, they enjoy it, and they find it thought-provoking, and they also question how they are using their own time, well or not.